Hello, everyone. My name is Tamika. Today, I have joining with me is my husband, Cortez. You might have seen him in Pilgrims in the Earth. That's his YouTube channel. Shouts out to his channel, y'all. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Today, we have a topic, and I want to share with you guys the title. It's called, Is Marriage Respected Anymore?
First and foremost, it ain't just my channel. It's all, I get it. But it's a family thing. But what is your channel called again? Shout it
Feminine, Nurturing, and Virtuous Journey.
Feminine, Nurturing, and Virtuous. Because feminine, nurturing, and virtuous. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, like I told y'all on my channel, I'll be trying to kind of encourage her to, be her own outlet for the women. You know what I'm saying? I can only do so much. Of course, I do touch on families and, the attack on the families, the marriages and all that. But I think that's more so a feminine thing for the women. So, yeah. But you said, what's the title today?
Today's title is Marriage Respected Anymore?
Is marriage respected anymore?
Now, most of y'all, as usual, have passed up on the man that is supposed to marry you. You have skipped over the guy, the good guy, and got with the people because
here's the thing.
Nope. The devil done had their way with y'all.
Here's the thing.
Oh my God!
No, wait.
Because somebody please come get this motherfucker a cross and a Bible, please.
The devil has had their way with them.
Let the married woman talk then. How about that?
First of all, I was married.
Let the married woman have a conversation real quick.
But you are projecting.
Projecting what?
You're projecting your experience as everybody else's.
No, I'm projecting good choices.
I hear you, but
good choices.
You're not the majority.
Yes, I am.
You know what's
you're
funny?
not.
Hold on. You know what this
I'm not
reminds
the
me of?
majority of the men that y'all seek.
This reminds me of a meme. It was a meme of a girl in high school, a girl and a guy in high school.
How you gonna shame me?
Hold on, I'm not shaming you. I'm actually about to bring you full circle. I got your back. Watch this. In the meme, they were in high school. When the nerd came up to the girl in high school, she was like, no, I don't want you. And then once she became a baby mama, he was a CEO executive and all that. And she's like, hey, you remember me? He said, no, I don't want you. I be feeling like, respectfully, y'all is the grown-up versions of the niggas that got hurt in high school while we was out fucking with the drug dealers. Let me tell you something. We were victims then making horrible-ass decisions with grown-ass niggas preying on us. Y'all gotta let that shit go. You didn't get no pussy in high school. You getting pussy now. Get over it,
Absolutely. Because how many times do you hear men bring up, but what about the girls who had the older guys picking them up in high school?
Get the fuck over
it. It was right. It wasn't right then. It is not right now. And she wasn't the one who was responsible for making it right. He was the older guy.
They can make more
Take
excuses.
some accountability.
They can have as many excuses as they want. I say God save me from y'all.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm still the bitch you dream about. So we can talk all day about certain topics.
Projection.
You guys can't sit here and say.
Guys that they want to try to shame for making good decisions.
No one's shaming you.
You're not shaming good decisions.
You're not shaming me.
I'm not shaming good decisions.
No one's shaming them for their decision making.
I don't feel shame.
It's actually quite the opposite. You're shaming people for making bad decisions in the past.
Why do they keep talking over me? Remember this, and this goes for the women too. But I'm speaking to my guys. Anytime that you find yourself in a situation where you dodged somebody that you thought was for you but really wasn't, that's God protecting you.
Absolutely.
That go for women too.
Whenever you raise your standards, fellas, remember, it's not that you gotta have a lot of options, you just gotta find the best one for you. It's not about dating a lot of people, it's not about a roster.
Touche.
It's not about none of that shit.
Touche.
One at a time.
It's about dodging these women that's given 2-for-1 diseases, chlamydia and herpes in the same
Sorry
batch.
you went through that.
Shout out to all of my women that came up from Houston. I know the clinics is going wild down there in Houston.
Showing.
But okay, wait. Can we have? Let's take a step back.
The roster's showing right now.
Hold on 1 second. Let's take a step back. And let's have this conversation, because what you're doing right now, as far as laying the foundation for saying, hey, there is good men out here, I 100% believe that. I stand on believing that. But I want us to, because I think the disconnect in the conversation is often the fact that these absent father households are happening. If we start pouring into these, maybe you know what? Maybe wife school is right.
I'm not changing the subject.
No, I'm not changing the subject.
I believe in shaming.
No, I think that you should do the husband school because you're a husband. I don't do the wife school. So you can teach the niggas and not to have kids with these girls and not you. So you the same.
We need to bring
Wasn't
shaming
he the
back.
same person saying they keep over talking me?
Because
let me get it out.
They keep trying to make themselves feel good for bad decisions.
No,
listen,
but what about that? What I'm saying is
shame
this.
them.
No, I feel like
what I'm saying is
you
this.
boosting yourself.
What I'm saying is
Shame
hold on. What I'm saying is this.
Right after you get
there
done
would
with
be
her,
no single
shame
mothers if men stayed around.
Pull up your pants and shame her.
If we could teach men to be better men, we could teach women to be better
women. Real.
I'm trying to motherfucking be the Peace Corps.
I don't even know what your name is.
Fuck you niggas. I hope bitches take all your money. How about that?
God damn.
Can I say
they
something?
Already did.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Y'all want to East Warren, East Warren.
Won't let nobody talk.
Shame them.
Can I say something?
This is a family show, by the way.
Fuck them kids.
Not no more.
I love my baby. I don't know
more.
And when you leave out of her
I love my
house
baby.
after you done got your post-nut clarity,
I think.
piss on her son's toilet and kick over his fork.
Okay.
Shame him.
Damn, baby boy.
Shame him.
Call the police and tell them it's a black man in your house that don't belong there.
Hey, you got the juice now.
Since we playing dirty ass games.
Can we bring it full circle? Because I think the initial question was about the types. And we kind of got away from that.
We got away from that.
Anton took it somewhere
We got away from that.
Today, is it the type? You go for the type because of the attraction or for the finances?
I don't believe in dating.
I've been married for 20 years.
I feel like you got your first piece of pussy when you was 22 and you married it.
No, he didn't.
Because it took so long to get it there, and it was like, oh yes, finally I'm getting married.
I got married a virgin.
Because that's why that's how you act. You act like that. Anybody who had options out here, if we got options, we can explore. Some people don't have options, you can't explore, and that's fine.
You're right.
But I feel grateful for my options. I love my life, and I love the fact I had options. You feel what I'm saying?
Same.
And most women have that, and most women don't.
So
most women don't have options.
Cool.
They might get
let me ask you a question.
No, let me finish. I'll let you
go
talk.
ahead. You're right.
They might get with one person and be like, you know what, this is my end all be all. Because they don't feel like it's nothing other than you.
Cool.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
I might feel like I can get better than you. You know, and some women marry men and still feel like I'm married, but God damn it, I don't want to be here. You feel me? But this is the best decision for me because I'm not going to get much more than this. And that's fine. And some men love that for them. And I love that you got married at 22, and I love that you've been married since then. And that's wonderful for you, but you cannot sit here and project your lifestyle on other people and say we're wrong for exploring our options.
That pedestal.
I'm an explorer, baby. I don't settle, and I would never settle.
That's cool.
And you can't tell me because I didn't marry my daughter's father, which I could have.
You a single baby mama?
Absolutely. I have a daughter. You saw my daughter yesterday. Don't play with me. You saw my daughter yesterday. Don't even play with me. He already know that. My daughter's father is successful. I'm successful. My daughter is fine. Matter of fact, my daughter see her father more now that I left him. So I feel like I did her a favor. To be honest with you.
Y'all make sure y'all go support Pizza Cat.
And let's support Pizza Cat.
Please.
Shout it out. Please make that motherfucker rich. I need them child support payments ASAP.
The cashier in the building.
I need all this. I'm behind. You know what I'm saying? I need my shit caught up too. So what I'm saying is like, you can't sit here and project your lifestyle on other people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, your wife is well taken care of, right?
The bottom line is we need more dick discipline and more coochie discipline.
Agreed.
Oh, now they want to talk about dick discipline.
Hey,
Let's talk about it.
Now they want to talk about
You
discipline.
get ready to tell everybody how much discipline
really just
you
gotta
got.
find
know what it
married
is?
for 20 years.
You just gotta find.
You
your
know what
person,
it is?
Whoever that is.
I made them feel bad.
Who you make feel bad? I've been married and taking
I
the
feel
same
sorry
dick
for you. I ain't gonna
7
lie.
years.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel very sorry.
Why you feel sorry for him?
I don't believe the facade.
When I was sitting up here,
I don't believe it.
And I was listening to him.
I don't believe the facade.
It was a demon convention.
You told me yesterday. You told me yesterday.
Now, I never got no pussy. I was a lame.
But I was toxic though. But I'm toxic.
No one called you
But I'm
lame.
toxic.
That's you and Greg going back and forth. I never condemned you for what you was doing. But I do feel like you project. I do feel like because you're this good guy and you got this great life that you feel like there's so many men out here who are just like you, and that's just not the case. A lot of these niggas is pretending.
Why?
They pretending to be exactly what
Everybody
you
not
just
you.
said. A lot of these niggas got
Everybody not you.
representatives. Can we talk about the representative? The nigga who show up to the relationship, but not the one who stay in it.
So,
Exactly.
So wait a minute.
Love bobbing like a motherfucker.
It's a women. It's a women
I love
pretending on
you,
this
have my
motherfucker too
baby.
now.
Hold on, one at a
I got a
time.
question.
One at a time.
I got a question. Are you single?
Am I single? We gonna leave that alone. We talking about that right now.
No, she's not single.
Well, okay, let me revise that. Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
So you single.
Okay.
Are you married?
Divorced.
So you single. So you telling me in y'all big old age, y'all can't find no guy that really love y'all and believe y'all enough?
I got a lot of niggas that love me.
My answer.
No.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem. That's not the problem.
You didn't let me finish the question.
You can't say that we don't have anybody that love us because we're not married.
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish. What's the rest of the question?
Everybody don't want no ring.
What's the rest of the question?
And everybody don't want to be tied and locked down. And it is what it is.
I'm just letting them
Because
talk.
half y'all niggas married and still fucking around.
All
Let's talk
in
about
my
it.
inbox.
Let's talk about it.
All
half
in
y'all
my
are married.
inbox.
Hey, let's talk about it. What a ring got to do with it?
Sis, that good man of yours down at Popeyes with his work wife.
With his work wife, okay?
If you married, you want to know if your nigga cheating, raise your hand.
What happened?
Oh, yeah, we'll tell you.
Hey, sis, I seen your husband.
Hit me in my DM, I'll let you
down
know.
at the food truck
I'll
on his
check him for
lunch
you.
break with his work wife.
Hit me in my
I don't like
DM.
food trucks, and
I'll
they'll be
get 'em for you.
changing their grease out.
right, hold on.
Probably.
Wait,
So you okay?
Let's get back to
I
what
won't be at the
Anton
food
was.
truck.
Let's get back to what Anton was asking.
Finish the
Come on.
question.
No, I want y'all to keep talking.
Finish the question. Come on.
Y'all
Go ahead,
showing
Antoine.
yourself.
The floor is yours, boo.
Listen. When you doing it the right way, they gonna feel bad about it and they gonna start projecting and throwing out.
You keep talking about
insults
yourself.
that have
Finish
nothing
the
to
question.
do. That have nothing to do with the conversation.
You had a question
At
for me.
all.
What was it?
I don't. I already found out everything that I know. Everything that I need to know.
Okay, so here's my question. I do have a question. If your type keeps breaking your heart, why do you keep going to that type?
Because they for everybody.
Because you ignore the
So
red
can I-
flags and you
Hey,
just
oh,
feel like
no,
they're
no, no,
gonna
no.
change or
I'm
something.
listening.
Colorblind.
Wait, can I say? Can I
If
speak
she
to this?
don't listen, y'all don't understand. She not yours. She just for everybody. She yours for the moment.
Okay, but what about let's talk about the people that's trying to date.
Y'all
Let me
got-
speak to the specific
Y'all
question.
gotta
she
stop
just,
thinking that
Anton,
every woman is not a wife.
you're generalizing.
Every woman is
Every
not a
man
wife.
is
No,
not a
that's why we
husband.
not married.
Remember that. Stop thinking that every woman is a wife.
Can
They
I answer
not.
the question?
Yes, you can answer the question.
Okay, so the question was if
If your type keeps breaking your heart, why do you keep dating your type?
so I'll be the first to specifically say that I don't have a specific type.
Okay.
I think if I narrowed down and had to say I had a type, it would be the good guy. I've always dated good guys, seemingly.
They just shamed the good guy.
Seemingly good guy. No, they didn't do shit.
Antoine, we sorry.
See, I've always dated seemingly
your
good
feelings.
guys who
Was he
turned out
ugly?
not to be shit.
Was he ugly?
I done dated some medium ugly niggas. It's,
Yeah, he
I
was
mean,
ugly.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his ass was ugly
But
as
here's
hell.
my thing. I've dated some. If you check my repertoire, I don't got no drug dealers. I ain't got no bad boys. I date seemingly good guys, but that's what I mean when I say the representative shows up. He shows up. He appears to be a stand-up guy. He appears to have his life together. He appears to want me, only me, and build a life with me. But then later on in a relationship, he proves otherwise. Right. And that's the problem. So while you busy projecting that all these niggas is supposed to be great and millionaires and married for 20 years, that's you. A lot of these guys don't show up authentically as themselves. And unless you can show up in a relationship as yourself, it's built under false pretenses.
But here's the question. And this is the thing that you see as a theme every single time. It's always something wrong with him. I have not heard one time in this entire conversation.
I'm not gonna lie.
Would you like me to run down what's
I
wrong
love
with
a good
me? 'Cause
love
we
bomb.
talk about that.
Love by me.
Hold on.
As soon as we meet, tell me you love me.
I have
I
not
love you,
heard-
baby.
Yeah,
That's my toxic trait. I ain't gonna lie.
For the
I wanna
moment.
marry you. Have
I
my
have
baby.
not heard one woman ever say,
Okay.
I was a piece of shit. I was not marriage material. I am the thing that I keep attracting. If you keep attracting the same type of man over and over again, that seemingly is a good guy, but is the piece of shit, chances are you a reflection of the thing that you attracting. That is the truth. If you can't find a dude to believe in you enough to where you want to believe in him, And even when you get a marriage proposal, you turn it down because he's not good enough, but you spent a lot of time with him in order to nurture a potential relationship. Something is mentally wrong with you. You a broken woman.
Clap.
You need don't nod your head.
Why the fuck is you telling her to clap?
Clap before all that other
So
shit.
you telling me,
help.
Antoine, you telling me you can't be with somebody, you can't push somebody to be something, to start their own business, to be better, and then decide, you know what? Physically, you're not for me. You don't fuck me good. You don't treat me like I want to be treated. I'm never going to be satisfied in a relationship, but I want to see you go far. I want to see you do big things, and I want the best for you like you want the best for me. That's wrong. You sound crazy. You don't got enough. That's why you...
No. Honest to God.
Let me tell you.
No.
This
Honest
girl,
to God.
listen, fuck the bodies. Okay, everybody got bodies. We all got bodies. We gonna sit here and act like we ain't got bodies. I know married men
First I was a virgin, now I got bodies.
Fuck 12.
Which one is it?
I ain't say you. I said other people. I know you
my
won't.
bad. I don't. You're
Yeah,
right. But
I
the
know you
problem
don't.
is,
I was for other people.
The problem is that y'all see too many people, and then what happens is when you start to get with other people, you in a comparison race.
You can always change your mind, ladies. You ain't gotta stick with that motherfucker.
Subconsciously,
you got options, baby. Don't settle.
Subconsciously,
don't let them think you gotta settle.
Subconsciously, you see every other guy, especially if you're a woman, because all of those bodies carry with you into the next relationship. This is why women traditionally was held
Go
back
get baptized.
by their fathers
you ain't
in
gotta
order
worry
to
about
preserve
it.
themselves
Sage yourself.
so that they can actually be for their husband.
Go get baptized, and then the body's gonna be gone. I promise you. You ain't gotta worry about it no more. Don't let them trick you into that bullshit.
But I mean,
they carry you with you. I don't remember half the niggas I fucked. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about them. They gone. I don't remember. They out of here. I'm being honest. I don't remember. They pop up today. I'm like, oh shit.
I definitely got a couple
up,
unmemorables. I have a couple unmemorables.
I ain't seen you since 2012.
You know what the interesting part about this is?
I don't remember.
Y'all know what
I don't remember.
The funniest part about this is somebody like Poppy Chulo gonna come up and wipe her up later on.
No. Nobody in the audience believe that.
All right, cool.
Shout out to my dog Poppy Chulo.
Go get baptized, ladies. You'll be all right.
Let me say something real quick.
Go down in the holy water.
I think that a lot of times when it comes to our types, we set these standards based off very frivolous, just very sophomoric bullshit. He has to be 6'2". He has to be, he has to make $100K a year and all that. My thing is, if you can get with somebody that is going to pour into you and genuinely protect and provide for you, and I don't just mean financially, I mean protect your mental, protect your spirit. I know you done been drugged through the mud by somebody that didn't care about your spirit before, so you know what that feel like. If you can't be with somebody that's gonna genuinely be equally yoked, leave them alone. I think a lot of times, you talking too loud, big dog. You talking way too loud. I think a lot of times we get so caught up and we get so caught up in just wanting somebody, just wanting a body next to us, just wanting somebody there with us that we can, just play along with. You gotta sit with yourself for a second and get to know yourself. After I broke up with my ex, I had to sit with myself for a second and genuinely get to know what it is I want. Who am I for real? What do I like? So instead of y'all being pissy and staying in that nasty ass dating pool, get out and go do some self-reflection and go get baptized like she said. Y'all make some noise. Thank y'all for watching this episode of Let's Rant About It.
It's been real.
Detroit.
Okay, is marriage respected anymore? I would say, and I'm not gonna point fingers at no gender, but so if we do speak on certain, certain accountability on the men, certain accountability on the women, it's not, I don't have a dog in a fight, she don't have a dog in a fight. We're just speaking on our people as a whole, just examining specifically our culture, which was showed in a video. But overall, I think marriage, especially from the Western world, is a dying thing. People don't respect a covenant, made by two people, an agreement, and bringing children, and it's a traditional kind of, what we know as marriage. As we've seen, a lot of people just want to experience multiple people. They're looking for the experience of everybody first before they even think about marriage. Specifically, women, even men to some degree, we're told, hey man, you got to go out here and, you got to live life first. You get what I'm saying? And I can understand that to a degree, but I will say women and men play a different role in it, you know, but specifically, family is the nucleus of society. So once you destroy the nucleus or the core of what builds neighborhoods, communities, and overall a nation, it's kind of like a domino downfall from there. I don't think it's respected because I think they've done a big number on our women's mentality and also on the men's mentality. But I think men are kind of looking at what's going on and they're kind of like, nah, you know, I'm not about to invest myself, because the responsibility of the marriage kind of falls on the men to some degree, you know, because a lot of these situations, you have spousal support, you have child support, you have the whole guardianship of the parental authority of the child goes right to the mother automatically. So, and divorces nowadays benefit who? The women. So it's not like a benefit thing to get married anymore. So people are looking at it like, men are looking at it like, what does it benefit me? And women are kind of looking at it like, what does it benefit me? So I think we have to get back to the benefit of marriage to understand, you know, what it is. But what you think?
I would say, like, it goes back to even how daughters and sons are even raised. A lot of our parents are not even, I would say, equally yoked. Or when they come into a relationship, they're not married. So a lot of us end up mimicking our parents. And we tend to take on the roles of what we've seen our parents doing or struggling or however you take it. Because I think for the most part, majority of the part, mothers are raising the children. And their whole aspect when they're teaching their daughters, they're not teaching them to actually find a husband. They're teaching them from their trauma that they faced or their emotions or feelings, how they felt about whatever guy they was dealing with or their father. So they already tarnished that whole image of having a husband. Yeah. So I think that's one, like, number one problem that we all face in the community.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see them teaching them independent survival. You know, and even the men, not just the mothers. You have fathers who have daughters. They're teaching them not to be dependent on a man. And, you know, it's kind of backwards, because if you're a father and you're a provider for your daughter, she naturally depends on you. So if she doesn't eventually want to depend on another man, she will be in your household forever. You're going to have to take care of her forever. But let me hit you with this one. Okay, one moment. Let me say this, okay. How do you maintain traditional marriage or a traditional, you know, union under God? Or, you know, that's what kind of marriage is. So how do you maintain a traditional relationship or marriage in an untraditional society? How do you keep that or maintain that?
I would say shut off the whole westernized world mindset. You really got to turn off everything and actually build amongst you in that union. And anybody that don't support it, I ain't going to say, you know, don't listen to them. But I would say cut them off to a degree, because they're not supporting you to begin with. So you need people that's around you, that think like you, that follow the same traditions as you, and be around that support. That's going to be your support system, because you do need a support when you have a union.
Yeah, like I mentioned before in one of the videos, I believe, on my channel, Wise Counsel. You don't need nobody telling you, you know, you don't need nobody telling you, hey, you can do better, or, you know, I think your advice should always come from a successful situation. A lot of these women are getting counsel from people that has never been married, marriage didn't work, and won't never be married. So, and a lot of, like you say, a lot of women are living through their children, or a lot of fathers are living through their children. So you're passing down your horror stories and you're demonizing something that the Most High made. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be a sacred union between a man and a woman. And I think that plagues our community. You know, we have a community full of whoredom, you know. We have a community full of men that's laying pipe everywhere and not taking responsibility of taking these women as their wives and raising these children in our home. And we have women that's laying down with men and they're not taking their body serious. This is a sacred, you know, this is a sacred contract. So when you laying down with all these men, you don't understand this is your husband now. So you like, oh, on to the next. Just like in the video, I don't know if I got that part. We're going to try to get that part. But she said, I don't even remember most of the dudes I done been with. You know, have fun, sis. Do what you got to do. Live your life. But you have to understand you're destroying the value for your future husband. In order for a man to take you, he has to see value in you. You have to be separated from everything else that he sees. He has to say, hey, I want you out of all these women. So what separates you if you didn't experience everybody? If he knows somebody, he mutual friends on social media with people that didn't dealt with you. But what you think about that?
I would say I dislike that whole mentality of women thinking that they can operate like a man, or even taking advice, because I think you shared a video of this woman that said her auntie told her to do something in her whole phase or something like that, have her whole
They
phase.
all saying that.
But yeah, so I dislike that whole narrative because it destroys you as a woman mentally and emotionally and spiritually. You're going to pretty much find yourself single with 10 cats. But, yeah, I think we got to get rid of that narrative because if your goal is to be married, you should be preserving yourself to be married, not to be a whore or, you know, stuff that is just, that stuff is crazy. And I hate to see our sisters talk like that because it's not a good sight for us as a people.
Yeah, you can't put, just because your situation didn't work out as far as your marriage, you should be giving a sister more insight or wisdom or counsel on how to make it work. But they're putting the fear, because they're looking at it like, okay, I did this. I spent 10 years with a guy, and I wasted all my good years, and it didn't work. But did you try to make it work? You get what I'm saying? So now you putting that fear, hey, you don't want to be stuck with a guy and, you know, he walk away and you ain't got nothing. So put your career first. I was just talking to a woman, and I always get this, you know, I always talk to, you know, students, as you know, we on the English teaching platform. I talk to many different people. I was talking to a Japanese woman. And in Japan, their culture is no different. This whole independent woman thing, low birth rate, that's Japan. Even worse, you know what I'm saying? They're not really having children out of wedlock, but they're not getting married anymore like they used to because women are prioritizing, you know, their careers. So this woman, she has 2 daughters, and she has a husband, of course, but you know, her mother was telling her the same thing. She was telling me, my mother was trying to, you know, tell me, you know, prioritize your career and, you know, move to the bigger cities like Tokyo or Osaka or whatever. And she said she had got sick. And when she got sick, her children were by her bedside, and it kind of made her like, it kind of gave her, you know, it made her snap back to reality of how important family was and how her daughters need her and she needs her daughters. You know, because of the holidays, you know, New Year's Eve, they come together and they eat and they, you know, but they rarely take family time. They're always working. So in that, she was telling me like, you know, I feel bad for a lot of these women because they're told to chase these careers their whole lives. And then they get so educated and they start respecting this system. Oh, if you're not in this system above me, then you're not even getting my respect. But they done built themselves for the system. They haven't even built themselves for an actual husband or built themselves as a value of a husband. Well, yeah, what you thought and think about that?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, yeah, women, we as women grow up thinking that, you know, we supposed to be able to provide for ourselves, make money, you know, go be career driven, but we are not often taught like our actual role. We're not taught how to be wives. We're not taught how to be mothers. We're not taught how to keep our purity either. So it's hard growing up in a society that we grow up in now. I just think for the most part, I think our people should do more research on that, the statistics on how we fail as a people when we push that narrative a woman should chase her career over, getting married. Eventually, you're going to work yourself all the way up till you become the man that you actually want. Mm-hmm. You're not going to find no man because you are the man now.
Mm. And I have to say this too. Let me ask you, in a world full of, it's not like it used to be, right? So a man's income, 9 times out of 10, the average man can't really provide for a whole family off of his income anymore. A lot of households require 2 incomes, especially when you're bringing in multiple children. So do you think that a woman, do you think a woman should have a standard of, I'm not saying go be a CEO or a president of a company, but do you think she should have an aspect of kind of taking care of herself before the man comes along? Because a lot of women are requiring, hey, you got to be able to, you got to have 6 figures, you got 100,000 out the gate. What do you think about that? Should a woman be able to take care of herself, or should she strictly be taken care of by a man?
I think she should be strictly taken care of by a man. But if you grown, I would say like grown, and you got you should come with something. And if you plan on being married, be prepared to help add to whatever he brings. Not necessarily just, oh, this is for me, this is for me. No, this is how can I bring this and support us as a union, if you do work.
That's true, because, we're not just trying to provide so you can be at home watching Bad Girls Club, you know what I'm saying? Or you at home looking at the phone. You have to still, even if it's not money that you're bringing in, you still have to be a helpmeet in other areas, as far as, teaching the kids, as far as keeping the home clean, things like that. Like, even us, it's been times where she didn't work. You know what I'm saying? There was times where I had to do all the work. It's times that I needed her to work, or we needed the extra money for her to work. But either way it went, we still understood our roles. She still didn't kind of, lose less respect for me because of, oh, I got to work, so now I ain't respecting you. And I think all these people that got all these standards and, oh, he got to do this, or y'all requiring women to do this or requiring men, a lot of them not even married. Yeah. A lot of them is not even married. And we've been taught that this marriage is like this cookie cutter, simple, it's supposed to be easy kind of narrative that don't exist. That don't exist at all. What you think?
I think to a degree, sometimes we as women got to stop being, I would say, selfish when it comes to that. Because sometimes we cannot think about all the hardship. Just because we see them, going to work, they might be doing a 12-hour shift. And you might say, oh, I'm at home, I'm doing all this work, I'm doing all that work. But you got to think about everything that man had to endure while he on that 12-hour shift. A lot of men don't want to be there, stuck at a job where they can't see their family or can't, have a free, a sense of breath air. So sometimes if you have to, help your person, help build, like, why not want to add to that or want to help or relieve him from that? Because it actually benefits y'all as a family if he's not always at work all the time. That benefits all of y'all. But if he has to constantly be at work for all those long hours, sometimes they work in overtime, how you going to expect for him to have some left for y'all? So you can't be so selfish when it comes to that, too.
And another, I just thought about what a question is marriage even, is it respected?
No.
What is it? Is marriage
respected anymore?
Yeah, that's what I said. Is marriage even respected anymore? Let's say you have situations. I'm gonna take a little interesting turn. You have, infidelity issues. You have people in their marriage, they genuinely want to be married. They genuinely want their marriage to work. But you have people that see that. You got women that'll want your man. You got men I know men personally. And this is our culture. I can say to some degree, I thought like this in my younger years. It's like people get a thrill off of doing something to your wife or doing something to your husband. And after they bust your wife down or they bust your husband down, now they just skip off into the sunset like they accomplished something. It's like all these single people out here, why can't you find your own wife or find your own woman or find your own man? What do you think about that? Like, you think people get a thrill out of, do you think it's a respect for marriage where people be like, nah, he married or nah, she married?
No, it's no respect to that because I feel like that is so common. And it's like they have shows on it, side chicks and all that kind of thing. But it's like they would rather do that than to actually find their own spouse and build. A lot of times they don't want to do the necessary work and to put in, that work in for marriage. So they would feel best if it's somebody that's already taken care of and they got something going good on, hey, how can I get in on that? Or how can I break this union up?
You know what? Now that I think about it, though, I think deep down inside, a lot of us have failed situations. A lot of us are still hurt to the point where they might see you in what they deem as a almost perfect situation, where they like, okay, well, why does this person deserve happiness? Or you have men that'll look at a situation and say, no, man, all these girls out here is whores. Let me prove to him that that's how they is. Or I'm that man that I can break that up. Or I'm that woman that can prove that all these niggas is the same. And they'll do it. They'll try you. And, whether they succeed or not, but you shouldn't be looking at nobody union and say, let me try to break that up. But that's a lack of respect for marriage because not only are you disrespecting their union, you're disrespecting God because God is, is behind that.
That's that servant.
Yeah. And let me do it. You wanted to talk back on that?
No, I was just gonna say, and we as spouses have to be able to discern that kind of energy because there are people that's gonna try to come in between y'all. There are situations that is going to happen that is going to try to break up your union. So you got to be able to have discernment and know when that junk is trying to come your way. You got to be able to be spiritually in tune with that because it's so common. And what's the number one reason for divorce?
Because women divorce, I think it's over 70%. Because it's not because of infidelity, it's unhappiness. They've been fed this narrative of what marriage is, and people don't want to put in the work. You're not happy all the time. And that's the hard part about marriage, and that's what I was going to say. My next point was going into do people even respect or do we even respect marriage anymore? Because you going into it, you have to understand how serious it is. Mm-hmm. When you're standing before whoever, the witness or whatever who's reading these vows to you, you have to understand this is to death do us part, not to unhappiness or happiness or to finances it's to death do us part. So, and what's even more sadder is the children are in this. Now you got children in this union. So now you have the people, you don't have wise counsel and they telling you, so when a wife go this way and a husband go this way, you got children in the middle. And you got a whole families being broken up and being destroyed. When you hear documentaries and you hear people talk about, a lot of people that deal with addiction or drugs or anything, they always start at, my parents had a divorce and I took it hard. It always started there. My parents we had a perfect life. Everything was good. Then my parents had a divorce and I took that hard. It's always like that. So you're not just suffering with yourself. You can go on and have another man. He can go on and have another woman. But what about those children? Those children feel it. You got something to say on that?
No, just a quick point, because when you're bringing children into the marriage, it's just as serious as having children. You got to take that serious. So you can't just pick it up and put it down, or you shouldn't come into a marriage just thinking you can pick it up or put it down, because life is up and down. And so is marriage, and so is having children. It's an up and down roller coaster. Sometimes the kids make you happy, sometimes they make you mad. But you still got to show up. You still got to be there for your kids. And that's the same goes in a marriage. You got to be there for your spouse. You got to be there for the kids too. You can't be there for your own selfish reasons, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
What you think about just it's kind of like a back and forth kind of war. You got the podcast, niggas ain't this, women ain't this, specifically in the black culture, where it seemed like this ongoing feud between black men and black women. What do you think that comes from, and do you think it will ever end? And what would it take to end it, if it could be even possible?
I hate to take it biblical, but sometimes I feel like that war started between, I think it's the scripture that tell you that it's going to be enmity between a man and a woman. So that fuel of man versus woman, it was always there for us. I think once they took the father out the household, that's when we became we gained this whole narrative of, oh, the man ain't this or the man ain't that. And we tend to point fingers at the man, but we don't look at ourselves, or we don't take accountability for ourselves as women. So if we got this narrative that the man is always he this, he that, it takes the light off of what we do. So I think that's where it first came from.
And let me, you said you hate to bring in the Bible. It's not that she's saying she hate the Bible. You have to clear that up.
Oh, yeah.
Because the reason she said that is because, a lot of these topics, a lot of times, as soon as you say Bible, people, they're out of there. So you kind of got to make it relative to people's, to meet them where they're at. So, of course, the Bible is the all, the foundation that we stick to in our marriage. And that's actually what keeps us grounded and has kept us, is the Bible. But so let me get into this last point.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it's hard to not speak on the situation, because it's all of the stuff that we going through is biblical. Yeah. So that's all I just want to say about biblical.
Most definitely. So I'm gonna say this before I get into this one. All right. So we live in outside of the the continent of America. We live in Africa, what they say, the motherland, whatever. But living here, we see the different cultures differences where we from in America and here, and we witnessed recently, about a month ago. So we witnessed two people getting married. So the wife is actually from Africa, but the husband, he's they both live in Canada to this day, but he's actually from Haiti, but he grew up in Canada, and she's African, but she grew up in Canada. As you know, if you know about Canada, Canada is like America. It's very diverse. Everybody there mostly is not from Canada. You have people that come there and move there for opportunity, just like they do in America. You have a lot of immigrants. What is that? Okay, it's still recording. Okay, bet. So anyway, the point of me saying that, you have her from Africa or Tanzania, him from Haiti or Canada. So these are two people coming from two totally different, backgrounds and cultures to some degree. So what I seen here, I seen the mother of the family preparing before they even came. I didn't even know it was going to be this big. But they prepared everything. And she said, this is small. The mother, she was like, this is nothing. But I'm talking about for the decorations, to the preparing where they're going to stay when they come, to, making sure they're comfortable, making sure the guests are comfortable. But these were two families being integrated together. I was like, wow, I never experienced that, because it's like, and I'm not trying to shame nobody, but when we got married, it was like, okay, whatever, it wasn't this big deal. And to some degree, I'm not blaming nobody, because we kind of did it on a low. But I see so many people getting married, and we don't even look at that as a big deal, or we don't even support it as a family. But to see everybody come out, and like, it was this big thing, like, okay, your family, her family are coming together as one, as a union. So not only is the husband and the wife getting married and coming together, it's the families integrating together. So with that being said, I wanted to ask you, do you feel like, not really your personal situation, but in general, do you feel like family and friends today are supportive of, of marriage? And how do they look at it?
I don't think family or friends to a degree are as supportive as they should be. Most of the time, their first question is if you even trying to get advice from them. Especially you really shouldn't be getting advice from nobody that's not married. But people have their opinions, and the first thing they would say, oh, did he put his hands on you? Or if you're going through something with your spouse and you just want to vent, they like, oh, you want to leave him? You gonna leave him? But that's the first thing, but nobody ever look at it like, okay, so what can I say to help you through that situation? Not to leave your spouse, but to give you a wise counsel as to what you should do in that situation, or even point out your wrong in that situation. Because sometimes you can be wrong in that situation and you just overreacting.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, girl, and I think women and men got that bad, but I see a lot of women. Don't worry about him, girl. Come on, maybe you need to get out the house. You've been cooped up in that crib with them children. You need to get out, and when they say that, hey, that's a red flag. They want you to go through your little phase. You know what I'm saying? And some of them phases you don't come back from, if you know what I mean. But even fellas, man, stick to your family, man. Stick to your family. Anybody ever come to me about some advice about marriage? First off, I don't even think, we're almost 10 years in, about a year and a half or 2 more years. We probably about 10 years in. But there's people, man, you got to be in this thing like 20 years, That's people who you should sit down and get advice from. Not no newlyweds and nothing like that. People that then overcame some storms. You get what I'm saying? But to the topic I was just saying, as far as do people support you, you really in this climate, you really gonna have to be tight knit. You really looking to get married nowadays, you gotta really make sure you about this life, man. I'm gonna tell you like that. I'm gonna tell you clear. You really, it's best to have a support system, but 9 times out of 10, like we say, is marriage even respected anymore? It's not. So 9 times out of 10, a lot of us are coming into situations where people don't even take it serious anyway, as far as the outside community of your marriage, because of our culture. So my suggestion is make sure you're real tight with this person. Make sure y'all have built a foundation, a foundation that you're not going to easily just run away from. The problem is a lot of these people are easily walking away from unions because it's nothing established there. You only built it off of lust. You only built it off of the flesh. You only built it off of money, or you only built it off of whatever your reasons may be. And also, I will say this too. The romance, that's not going to last forever either. So even when the romance seems to go away, or the happiness, because all that stuff comes and goes. It comes and goes. It's been months, it's been months, days, times that you're going to be unhappy. You know what I'm saying? But now you're going to go and try to build the same thing, chase that same feeling with somebody else, and you're never going to find it. You get what I'm saying? And let's say you do find it. Now you got to start a whole nother life with a whole nother person who want to be married 2, 3, 4 times. It's people that have been married 3, 4 times. That's crazy. But what you that's all I really got to say. Just have some wise counsel and make sure you build a solid foundation. My advice is that be the most high. Stick to the biblical foundation of these. Marriage is supposed to be under God. So what you think of?
Yeah, like you mentioned, you got to build a foundation. When it comes to marriage, you got to have a foundation. Make sure when you courting that person, you are courting that person for the right reason, and it's not for what they can do for you or what you could do for them. It should be, how can we build our legacy, or how can we build our children, or how can we rear our children up in this, because that's the main important thing. Because once you have children, it's not so much about y'all romance no more. It's about your kids, and it's about how y'all building as a family. So I would say make sure your foundation is correct. And also, like you mentioned, biblical. Look at it as a biblical standpoint, because I think we tend to come up with these vows, and sometimes it's not the vows that the Most High gave us. Because he told us the responsibility of a wife, and he told us the responsibility of a husband. So if we stick to those principles, your marriage can last.
Yeah, and a lot of us come from generations where we've never even seen a successful marriage, even in our homes growing up. So a lot of us are breaking generational curses. Why would you want to go through that in your childhood? You see the dysfunction of the household without a man and a woman together in a perfect union. Why would you want to see that and see how you suffered and then raise up another situation exactly like that and have kids in a unequally yoked situation? It's time to break these generational curses. And the one thing that will do that is a marriage, a perfect foundation under God, marriage, man and woman coming together, and children. And that's how we gonna build this nation, man. You can't build a nation without marriage. And that's all I got. Thank you for inviting me on your platform.
All right, y'all. So please like, share, subscribe. Feel free to comment if you want to. But I appreciate those that have subscribed or liked or even viewed it. So I appreciate y'all. So we out. Peace.
All right.